G'day everyone, thanks for tuning in. Shane Watts here, Dirt Wise Riding Schools. Today we're looking at the slow ride exercise and the slow ride technique. Alright, so they're very critical for out on the trail. This is how you really learn to maximize your balance for out on the trail and all those nasty technical situations. You've got to have really good balance so as you maintain and regain your balance without having to stop and put a foot down. So first thing with our balance, we want to go ahead and look ahead. Looking ahead gives you better balance, just like the guys that walk between the buildings on the tight ropes. They don't look down, they look ahead. For sure, you could do this exercise really good, dead stop, looking down, but it doesn't transition to your normal body position out on the trail. So we always want to try to replicate, try to mimic what the positioning we're going to have out on the trail when we're doing our exercises. When we're doing this, go have fingers on the controls at all times, as usual. That includes the toes over the rear brake lever. You do not want to be standing on the balls of your feet. You need to go ahead and work the throttle and clutch against the rear brake. We'll talk about more of that here in a moment. Second technique you want to go ahead and utilize to help maintain and regain your balance is, if you start to fall over, turn the handlebars in the direction you're falling, upper body weight in the other direction. You want to make small adjustments to it. Don't want to get way out of shape. All right, so if you're falling to the left, you turn left, lean right. If you're falling to the right, turn right, lean left. Whilst you're doing this exercise, you don't want to be taking your feet off the foot pegs and waving them around, throwing your legs away or your knees way out, all that. For sure, you can do that. It can help on this, but that's not what you're going to be doing down out on the trail when you ride along and you're out in those nasty rock gardens. There's a tree there. You throw your leg out to maintain balance. You're going to karate kick, karate chop that tree. Not good. So try to replicate the body positioning you're using on the trail. So keep your feet on the foot pegs. Use your upper body. You have much more effect of the weight distribution, the weight effect by using your upper body, because the weight's gone down through the foot pegs there, and it can really affect and it can help counteract you being out of balance just by using small adjustments of that upper body weight. All right, so as we're starting to go along here now, we're going to go ahead and start utilizing what we call the slow ride technique. And that is where you work in the throttle and the clutch against the rear brake. For sure, you can do this exercise without using the rear brake, just dragging front brake, but again, it doesn't transition, doesn't correlate to out onto the trail. And we'll see with all our other upcoming riding tips that you utilize the slow ride technique for this, for that, for all other things, to minimize the transitional time between braking and accelerating. If you want to do some badass slow balance wheelies, you're essentially using the slow ride technique, the throttle and clutch against the rear brake when that front wheel is way up high. You learn that technique, you master that skill in this one exercise here. So it revs up a couple 100 RPM above idle. Right, clutch out at the engagement point where the bike wants to drive forward just a little bit, but so as it doesn't, put the toes on that rear brake. So then when you do need the motion to the wheels, it's right there ready to happen. Because then after you've turned the bars, moved the body weight doing this exercise, if that is not effective enough to maintain and regain your balance, there's only one other thing you can do, and that is put motion to the wheels. And when you're using the slow ride technique, it's right there, ready to happen. So we'll show that right now. We'll start going up there. You listen to the engine revs just up above idle, clutch at the engagement point, the bike wants to drive forward. We'll pan down, we'll see the toes on that rear brake lever, you see it operating. You just want to be smooth adjustments with those controls, throttle, clutch, rear brake. Remember to look ahead, stand up, so it gets really well straight. technique for many different things out on the trail, just like we're doing slow balance wheelie, just like I'll show right now. Pop it up, once you keep up near that balance point there, you utilize the slow ride technique with the throttle touch against the rear brake. Still wasn't the best on that one there. I'll spin back around and do another one. So hopefully you could hear that there. That's how you modulate that power delivery, working the throttle and the clutch. Right, so that's really important on that one. And you drag it against the rear brake. So, all right, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you found this one really helpful. Time and practice. Don't want to use too much throttle, too much clutch, too much rear brake. That's the technique you need to utilize, but don't overdo it. Don't start bogging the engine out and all that. So yeah, get the right amount. And with time and practice, you'll be able to learn that. You'll be able to modulate the amount of power, the amount of clutch, the amount of rear brake, and get it really good. So got a whole heap of riding schools coming up here soon for the 2025 season. Check out shanewatts.com, check out that schedule. Hopefully we'll see some of you guys there. And we have to work on these skills and plenty of other ones. We've got the instructional DVDs on the website. If you find them to be of help there, lots of information on those instructional DVDs, 4 hours worth of instruction and trail situations. So thanks for tuning in. We'll see you out on the trail sometime soon.